Well, howdy, everybody. This is John Michael. It's the first Sunday of Advent. It's the Happy New Year. It's the beginning of the new year in the liturgical calendar. So we ought to be functioning as liturgical people. We ought to be in our New Year celebration right now. So it's the beginning of a new liturgical year. And ironically, we're looking in Advent. The word Advent just means the appearing, the manifestation. And there are two Advents. There's the first Advent when Jesus is born of the Virgin Mary and his earthly life, his earthly Advent. And then there's the second Advent at the end of time. And then Bernard of Clairvaux would say there's an intermediate appearing, an intermediate Advent that comes when the Holy Spirit is in our life and the Word and sacraments come to life. So kind of a one and a second Advent, and maybe kind of an intermediate Advent as well. Jesus has us looking to the end of the world today. And look, we hear frightening things if you watch the news. And he says, don't be dismayed. There'll be signs in the sun and the moon and the stars. On earth, nations will be in dismay, perplexed by the roaring of the sea and the waves. Sounds like climate change. People will die of fright in anticipation of what's coming. I'll tell you what, you watch the news, you could die of fright. And he says, but when you see these things, stand erect, be ready for Jesus coming in your life. Well, and the second part, he says, beware that your hearts don't become drowsy from carousing and drunkenness and the anxieties of daily life. Many of us give in to just worldly life, and many of us experience all the worries and the troubles, and we let them overwhelm us. So what Jesus is saying today, be vigilant at all times and pray that you will have the strength to escape the tribulations that are imminent. So he gives us the strength to get through any problem. Are you open to that strength today? He will give it to you. Just ask for it. Ask for it. Jesus, empower me. He won't take you out of the world, but he will make you not of the world, and therefore you will be effective in the world. That's my prayer for you guys. I love you. All things are possible with God.